repeat the same deranged stuff, saying that I brought them over here. Sitting right there in front of me. Same thing. And last time it was the Rothschilds that actually invited me to a trip over there, and then they came up with some deranged stuff. He's still trying to say that he's eavesdropping. Yep, they usually stop right here, right before I walk past it. And no conversation. Remember San Diego that was gonna make you leave, and then you stopped right next to me? That literally got on the phone right then. The second that he saw me. You still don't remember San Diego and what happened there? It was Duracell, yeah. And I wasn't causing issues. Guess what I was? Computer engineer. Yeah, I'm recording because you guys literally... So you're just on the phone? Yeah, you're just on the phone since I said that? Since I said that, you're just on the phone? Because I have to be safe. Yeah, I have to be safe because technically, like I said about San Diego and then Duracell being here, there's people that were following me around. You guys keep using that. Must be looking after them, sort of, but he's still trying to figure it out. Oh, he would have been lying about San Diego Police Department that actually talked directly to me. You guys sure? Yep, he looked scared. He was going to drive off, and he said no, because it looks like that's definitely the thing. Yep, we're in San Diego trying to make it look like it was my fault that Horton Plaza got new stuff. And then people were getting angry about it. Then they tried to say that I wasn't even around anybody. I said, they kept continually rolling their eyes at me like I was causing issues, or that I was making a whole heap load of, oh yeah, it was right over here, where they should be able to say what it was. And they drew a blank, where they said that they had to stop me because I had fixed too many projects that they failed on. Also, when I worked for Flanity, and he came right over here, tried to explain something. Yep, it was right here, where it was Paul's TV across the street, where somebody had dropped off a whole case full of TVs and said they were sick and tired of it. Yep. Most of the time they would try to follow me around and start laughing about how it looked like I was a bad person and that I won't get into trouble, but it'll look like it. Really weird. Excuse me. Yep, and then the Energizer Bunny thing with Duracell and people throwing Duracell batteries, saying that the Duracell people were causing the issue. Then it was also Isobot, the actual company that was making some weird stuff. Yep, and then they kept saying they'll just remove the company. That was the weirdest one. It was during Washington Mutual, and we were talking about, what was it? It was Wells Fargo and Chase Morgan Bank and a couple other ones about their IT section, so that there wouldn't be some weird ass situations, and some people kept continually stealing from Paul's TV continuously, and I was like, why are you guys stealing from Paul's TV? I even told them, look, if it was my fault that I told you that you can do stock ticket things in your house and you bought too many flat screen TVs, you didn't buy enough of, and I was trying to make a small joke. I told him you didn't buy enough of the actual stock brokers who notice the stock tickers in your house while you're having day trader meetings or other stuff, but just in that one, so you guys can actually save each other instead of just constantly making up. And they came up with some weird answers. I kept trying to talk to them, and they just keep coming up with, huh? And the weirdest one is some of them that had the stock tickers everywhere in the house. They kind of needed to break it up because they didn't remember stuff, because people would constantly try to, that was the weirdest one. They kept trying to attack those houses so that they would get confused about everything. Yep, it's the weirdest one. They had about 97 people show up, all of them basically billionaires, when I finished the Isobot thing. Off of the meeting saying, what do we do when it's not running? I looked at it and I said, like, look, all of it runs in the same extent. The weirdest part is that if they kept it running, right, something that I did on the server allowed it so that it would be updated, and it was just like, how did you come up with that? You need to get rid of it. I was like, why? The stock tickers work the same way. That is weird. They tried saying that since I made a... That is weird. And they kept trying to say that I needed to get an excuse from everything because I had actually figured out how to fix a whole heap load of different things all at once. And then infiltrated the place, changed the code, and then said that I had messed up on all my code because somebody had kept the thing going to where it hit 0 and didn't do anything. That was because it was, okay. So the weirder one is that the video that they filmed wasn't live from what I remember. It wasn't live from what I remember. And yet they did the same thing that they did with American Idol and everything else. It simulcasted to the point of being live. And the weirdest one is that was around the time that I was talking to them, saying that the internet and also broadcasting would allow it for the change-ups or changes to be recorded, and then for good or bad things that actually take place. Yet they didn't believe any of it. Like, if there was a situation where they either made more sales or made less sales, there's a way to pre-record it and then to play that one. Be safe. Yep, trying to do the same stuff. Yep, they were making up stuff about them working at places when they weren't, giving people ideas when they weren't, and then saying that since we didn't, that means that we didn't get enough information and it's too new. That means it's not supposed to be part of this company or that company. They lied. Yep, they set up the same situation, the same people, and then say that people aren't following it correctly because they're supposed to be doing something different. Not our fault. Watch nothing, even though I helped them with the Excel spreadsheets. See? I told them to say that too. That's all they came up with. And it's like, well, my kid is there now, so I can now say it. Told them there's actual equations that you can use to be able to get more stuff done so that your computer won't just sit there collecting data that isn't even being used. Yep, and they tried to insinuate that my mom was being rude for using Dragon Naturally Speaking, the software for text or speech to text and text to speech, and it came up with no answers because they weren't deranged. Yep. Yep, the weirdest part is that the Azzarello is Azzarello, but that guy that somehow lit himself on fire, there was another situation where a battery from a cell phone did the exact same complete explosion, and also from a pager. Yep.